All right. We here again. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, former Division I college football player, and current five-time published author and educator. Here for another Wintrapreneur Wednesday. Here for another Wintrapreneur Wednesday. Again, you can go search the internet. I'm the one that has coined that phrase, and every day, every Wednesday, come on here. I speak to you again. Normally you see me on my YouTube channel, you see me right after a run where I'm talking about some sort of current event or something that's off my, got to get something off my chest and giving you some sort of a move, what I call a move swiftly thought. I've incorporated this now, so there's more of an intimate setting between you and I, and I'm not, sweaty and going off. I'm more of in a controlled environment, and you and I can get to chopping it up one-on-one. All right. So as far as before I get to today's actual Wintrapreneur tip, let me just remind everybody about the NIL bundle, which includes three books. All right. The first one, The Six-Figure Athlete, Converting Your Skills into Cash, something that is incredibly important because it's as athletes, again, I've been there and I know the feeling of, oh man, we're going to play forever. Just know, as an athlete, as a team sport, individual sport, regardless of the type of sport, you are always one injury away. All right. Hear me. You are always one injury away from your athletic career being over, having your athletic career be over. And you have got to be ready at that particular time to be able to convert those skills that you developed as an athlete and turn them into cash. This is what this book is all about. All right. Six-Figure Athlete. I partnered with 10 other authors. This next one, if you are an upcoming athlete, if you're middle school, high school, you can't afford, to be at a gym or hire some overpriced trainer, I wrote a book for you as well. It's called Make Your Move, a unique look into boxing, dance, and entrepreneurship. Just doing one of those two activities is going to, like, really committing to one of those two activities is going to dramatically improve your athleticism for whatever your main sport is. All right. Finally, my most recent book, given the chaos that college football and college athletics is going through right now when it comes to the transfer portal, when it comes to NIL and all the mess that is going on in the collegiate world, I wrote a book titled Transferring D1, a practical guide on how to navigate the chaotic world of college athletics. All right, that's also available in the bundle. It's called the NIL bundle. You get all three. You get all three of the books. Just go to makeyourmove.com. That's MAKEYAMOVE.com. Hit the shop button and you'll see NIL bundle. All right. Now, as far as today's Wintrapreneur tip, I got to take you back to my time as a high school football coach. All right. I spent 2 seasons coaching at a high school in Silver Spring, Maryland, named the Blake High School Bengals. Blake Bengals. That's BLAKE, Blake Bengals. And I was fortunate enough to be underneath. I was the assistant coach under a head coach who was actually in his first year as a head coach. And we were, at the time, we were a program that was really just a losing culture. We were regular losing situations. And me personally, I kind of wanted to see what it felt like because I'd been a part of winning cultures. In fact, my alma mater, Good Counsel, which is like a nationally known football program, it was like maybe a couple blocks down the road, and I didn't want to coach there because I played there and everything was going to be kind of the same thing as I'd learned as a player. I was 26, 27 at the time, and it was me wanting to learn the business from the bottom up. It was that. And also, one of the players on the team had an older sister that I was trying to pursue and stuff like that. So I tried to knock down like the big domino, try to basically kill two birds with one stone, try to get at the sister, and then also kind of work my resume, build my resume up. It helped me, but I didn't get the girl. Thank God I didn't get the girl. Geez, because I'm knowing her now, thank God I didn't get the girl. But I definitely built my resume in terms of knowledge, in terms of what it is we were about, what it is we were to the young men. Again, I walked in there pursuing a young lady, but I came out with something so much better in terms of how to help the younger kids who don't really see a male figure, don't really have a positive male role model in their lives. That was the one thing that our coach would tell us constantly is like, look, most of these boys who are coming in and out of our program, we're the only positive male role models that they see. And when he said that, it turned into something that I really really enjoyed that element of it. I tell people all the time, the only reason I'm not a high school football coach now or a college football coach now is because I was more interested in the mentoring and the business side of football and getting my feet wet and getting into that world, as opposed to just the X's and O's. You go to practice, you do frontage, you do team, then you do pass, the whole X's and O's and coming up with plays and kind of just the monotony in the practices. I couldn't take it. I want to get out, grind, do what I got to do, right? But I did spend 2 seasons as a high school football coach. And as far as what today's tip is, all right, it's actually interesting because the head coach, I was there. I didn't get paid. I didn't get paid to do it. I was there volunteering for 2 seasons, right? And I remember there was a time in which the head coach made a statement to the boys, and he goes, "Look, because the boys were talking back, and we're just being little high school football players and shit like that. So we obviously had to straighten them out." And, he tells the boys, he goes, look, a lot of guys are out here volunteering their time. And he was referring to us as coaches. He goes, look, a lot of the guys are out here volunteering their time to come coach y'all. All right. And if we are getting paid, it's crap. It's funny that he said that because it's true. When it comes to coaching, you can't be doing it for the money, because if we are getting paid, it's getting crap. We ain't getting paid a lot. So we don't want y'all talking back and all that. But the reason I tell you that is because you may be working a job, or you may have some offering in which, or you doing something in which you're not getting paid what you want to get paid. However, what is going to keep the person coming back? How committed are you to the process? How committed are you to the actual thing that you're doing? And here's an example of that, because the coach I'm referring to, his name is, by the way, is Coach Anderson. And I'm referring to, he did something that made me realize and made me think about just how to give me more insight on entrepreneurship, more insight on, doing what you can to help the program and help be a part of the situation that you're passionate about and help improve the situation. All right. So the biggest thing when it comes to building a football team is you got to have a solid group of linemen. That's offensive linemen, the people that are blocking for your quarterback, your running backs, giving your quarterbacks time to make passes, your offensive and defensive line. It's very, very important that you have solid offensive linemen, right? So given that we were in a program that didn't have the budget, we didn't have any money. One of the things we did is we bought a cage. We bought a lineman cage for all the linemen to practice to work on their get off during practice. And when you're practicing, as an offensive lineman, defensive lineman, you're practicing, you're teaching them the drills, and they got to be low. And a cage is something that is a want, but not necessarily a need, if you know what I mean, right? Having a cage at practice is something that every single coach out there wants to have, but it's not necessarily a need, because again, when you're teaching linemen how to come off, they got to stay low, and to have a cage there, it helps them when it comes to, going and firing off and all that. But, as coaches, we can manually do that. We don't have to go buy spend a couple $1,000s on a cage to teach them how to do that, right? However, Coach Anderson did. He spent the money. He, pulled it. I guess he pulled it out of the athletic budget or the teacher budget, whatever it is. But I remember when we were putting that cage together for the offensive line and defensive line, he was telling me, yeah, we have like 3 or 4 years to pay it off or whatever it is. It's not everything that has to be paid right away. There was ways and there was means of getting it here for these kids and for them to see that we're building something. Again, to be honest with you, I didn't see an actual cage. I didn't see that until I actually started playing at the collegiate level. I didn't start seeing a cage. So the fact that he had a cage for them at the high school level was a big, big deal. And it showed the boys, it showed the boys that we were committed for the long haul. And that's what I mean when I say Intrapreneur, is when you are making the investment with your own cash, putting things out there for yourself, for you, right? Not necessarily for yourself, but for the overall good of the project, for the overall good of the team. That's when you have something special, when you're actually investing in things that you don't need but you want, and it's gonna, the long haul and how it's gonna affect the boys in the long haul. So since then, from what I've heard, the Blake Bengals have become a playoff team. They've had a winning culture. I know Coach Anderson has retired, but again, those little things that plant the seed and create culture, create foundations. Those are going to be major, major things in the future of your organization. So make sure you take that into consideration. All right. The reason I'm breaking all of this down for you, again, a lot of my tips, a lot of the lessons comes from my background as a football player and seeing a lot of these people, again, whether it's the head coach, whether it's the assistant coach, or whether it's the actual quarterback, whether it's the offensive lineman, whether it's the punter, the guy doing the scout team, all that stuff, all of these things work in unison to build a solid team. And these are the elements and the things that you can be incorporating into your own business in so many different ways. Again, just contact me. I'll come out, I'll do a workshop for your business. All that is available on makeyourmove.com as well. Again, I appreciate you tuning in. Looking forward to seeing you for another tip every single Wednesday we here, getting it done. Let me give you the website one more time before I let you go. It's makeyourmove.com. That's makeyourmove.com. Simply a one-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, fellow teammates, you guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.